Can I get a job when I come to Poland? What's up guys, and how are you all doing? Welcome back to an amazing video. This video is going to be one of the most informative videos you are going to watch on this YouTube channel, and I'm very glad that finally I have had to make this video. It's been a long time I have been procrastinating about this video, and so many people have actually been asking me about this video. You know, today I will finally answer the question: can I get a job in Poland once I arrive? So one thing you must know is that the life here is not cheap, it's not easy, it's not as, rosy as you would think. If you come to Poland without actually having a plan or a very tight financial plan, believe me, you might find yourself on the street in the next 1, 2, 3 months, because the rent and everything will actually weigh you down financially. So to this end, it is very important that you get a job within the first months, maybe first 1 or 2 months of your arrival in Poland, except probably you have like a very, very strong financial backup back home before you came out to Poland. But if you do not have that, the best thing for you to do is to get a job within the first 1 month. And so many people struggle to get a job because they are not informed. In fact, as I came to Poland, I found somebody who was there for up to 4 months, calling his people back home to send money to him before he actually got a job. And so many other people are like that. But it's very important that I get you ready for this process, because many of you right now are in the process of getting your visa. Many of you right now I don't know, maybe your visa has been granted and probably you are on your way coming. And this video would help you get a job within the first 1 month of arriving in Poland. And if you stick to the end of this video, I promise you I'm going to give you a bonus that helped me to get the present job I am doing right now. You have to stick to the end of this video to watch that. And with that being said, let us get into the meat of the day. So guys, today I will be answering 3 questions relating to these job questions. Number 1 will be, are there jobs in Poland? Number 2 would be, what kind of jobs are there in Poland? And number 3 would be, how can I get these jobs between the first 1 month of arriving in Poland, so that you will start cashing out immediately, believe me. So the answer to number 1 question, are there jobs in Poland? The answer is yes, there are jobs in Poland. In fact, lots of job opportunities are littered everywhere. I mean, everywhere. There are jobs at every corner. Unemployment is not actually a major issue here. In fact, I don't think it is an issue. Like, you have to be happy for that. If you are coming to Poland, you are coming to a country where unemployment is not actually a major issue. But then you must also be careful that you should remember the times when you are coming to Poland. Right now, because of the refugee crisis, you understand? So many people are still leaving Poland, but then a lot of them are staying in Poland. And so many companies are just giving jobs to only those who are Ukrainians. So there's a possibility that the things, it might be different, before you arrive. Or maybe it might have mellowed down a little while you arrive. But just bear that in mind, that there are jobs in Poland. And nobody should discourage you that there is no job in Poland. There are jobs in Poland. So question number 2 is, what kind of jobs are there in Poland? Now, I am actually the best person to answer this question. I am not going to fool you. I am one of the best persons to answer it, because within the short period of time I have stayed in Poland, I have done up to 5 jobs. I mean, 5 different jobs. Like, I did 5 different jobs in 5 months. And people were like, what the hell is wrong with you, this guy? But you know, someone like me, I do not give up until I get to that particular thing which I wanted. I wanted something. I was looking for a kind of job. I knew what I was looking for. So I had to do other things while I was targeting this kind of job. So I was doing something else, you know, and finally I got what I wanted, which I will tell you at the end of this video. So just hear it out. So what kind of jobs are there in Poland? Firstly, I'm going to talk about, in this place, I'm talking about the jobs which I did. There are so many kinds of jobs, but majorly the ones you can get into immediately, okay? This is what you are going to be hearing now. Number one, there is the gig economy. The gig economy, of course, you should know what the gig economy is. This side hustle, like Uber Eats, you know, and Peshenapel or something like that, you know, where you can use a car or you can use a bike and, you know, deliver food to people. Or maybe you can do the Uber driver or the boat driver, you understand? And that is the gig economy. That one is one. Number two, there is the factory jobs. There is the factory jobs where you actually work in the factories, you know, like the bakery, you know, or a production factory, you know, where they make like drinks or they make like something else, you know, just a factory. Or something like, you know, like the UPS factory where you gather, or the DPD. Yeah, DPD is Polish company, I think so. I don't know, but I think so. It's a Polish company. No, the DPD or the DHL, these kinds of factories where you have to lift things into the motor, or then and these other factories where you have to, you know, just do normal factory jobs like packaging, like, you know, production jobs. These factories are also there. Factory job, number two. Number three is actually shop jobs, you know, like I call it shop jobs because like store jobs, you know, like working in the shop, you know, like taking care of a shop, or maybe probably serving as the cashier, which is almost impossible because you do not speak Polish, okay? So the kind of job you can do in the shop is actually maybe to help them arrange stuffs, to put stuffs back in the counter, you know, to get it from the store, and then you put it back in the shop, you arrange it, and you place everything in order. It's actually a simple job. It is not as difficult as the factory job that is very, very hard, okay? It's not as difficult as the factory job that is hard, but it is quite easier than that, you know. It's not also very easy. Most times you have to work at night, believe me, to make more money, or, you know, it's just not too easy. But then there is this final one for me, which I call the corporate world, the white collar job, or whatever you can call it, the white collar job. For me, I don't call it a white collar job because what I'm doing now, although it's a clean job, you know, somebody can call it a white collar job, but I would like to call it an ash collar job. Something like that doesn't exist, you know, but, you know, because I'm looking for something higher also as I'm going through, okay? So the corporate world, the white collar job where you work in the office, you understand, and then maybe you have a computer, or maybe you're working from home, you understand? So those kinds of jobs are also there. So these for me are the major four. There are also other kinds of jobs that you can get, you understand, like picking up the bicycles on the street if you can drive, you know, like these bicycles, the chargeable scooters and everything. These ones are quite different altogether. I haven't been there, but I know that they exist, and I also know, like, at least I have the link to someone who can also offer people these jobs because I did connect people in the past. So these ones are there, and there are other ones, you know, other stuff. But these are the major places where you would see opportunities. These are the major places where you will see opportunities. As I said from the beginning, you can get at the factory jobs, you can get at the gig economy, the shop jobs, and finally the corporate jobs. These are the places where you can get opportunities. So finally, and the most important of all questions, how can I get these jobs? Okay, here we go. From the beginning, the gig economy. How can I get to start working in the gig economy, to start making money from even day one, from even week one of coming to Poland? How can I do that? Now, in order to get a job as an Uber driver or as an Uber Eats, a delivery guy, food to people, you have to have certain licenses, okay? You have to have certain licenses from the government to practice these kinds of jobs. You understand? But then these licenses will not be possible for you to get because you are just coming newly into the country. So it will not be possible, it will be difficult, it will take months for you to get. So what will you do at that point? You will have to get connected to a partner. They are called partners, okay? Now, when you get connected to these partners, you join a fleet. You join their fleet. You understand? And then you start making money on the go. You join this, you are being paid probably every Tuesday, I think, every Tuesday. This is how to make money like every single week. You know, you deliver this food to these people, you are being paid. It is on high demand. These delivery guys are on high demand, especially at night. They are on high demand everywhere. You understand? And then at the winters like this, they are very scarce. But then during the summer, you know, more people do it like as a form of side hustle. You understand? I still have my bag with me, you know. So like that, people do it as a side hustle. And then, you know, you join this partner. You join this partner, and they actually open this app for you. They open the Uber Eats app for you. They get to you have to go and get the bag. And then you actually decide whether you want to do, if it's Uber Eats, you actually decide whether you want to do it with a car, you understand? Or you want to do it with a scooter, that is a small moped, a bike, what do you call machine, bike, yes. So, or then you want to do it with a bicycle. You either decide which one you want to do it with. If you want to do it with a car, you have to go out there. Maybe you go on OLX, or maybe you go to Facebook Marketplace and see those who are renting out cars. You rent these cars and you use them. Or you see someone who is renting out a moped on OLX or Facebook, or then you can also go and buy yourself a bicycle to start with. You know, you can get bicycles on OLX as cheap as 500 zloty. You understand? Of course, which is not cheap money in Nigeria, believe me, or in other parts of Africa. So, like that, you can get that, and then, you know, you can just start the business from week one. I mean, from week one, you can start making lots of money with the gig economy. And then if you want to go to the Uber, you want to be an Uber driver, it's almost the same thing. Just join a partner and get a car, hire a car, and then you jump right into the business of making money every single week. So the next point would be working at a factory. So how do I get to work at a factory? Okay, so the factory job is the most difficult of all the jobs I've just mentioned, but you can get to work there. Many of them pay good, you understand, especially at night. Many of them pay very good amount of money. Some don't pay much. How do I get to work at these factories? Okay, you cannot, it's going to be difficult for you to walk right into a factory. You understand? It's going to be difficult for you to walk right into a factory and just get a job, because there are chains of command. So what happens is that there are agencies that you can contact. There are agencies that can do these things for you. Okay, now I cannot post the numbers of the agencies here because, you know, they are companies, public, private companies, whatever, and they're in Poland. You understand? I cannot just post them out here like that. But, you know, you can contact me when you get to Poland at any time, and I'm going to provide you with the, especially if you're coming to Warsaw, and I'm going to give you the contact of these agents that can provide you the jobs at the factories immediately, like within the first 1 month of arriving here. And also, I will also do that also for the partners. Okay, I have the contact of these partners that can always take you into their fleet. So don't worry about that. I have you covered in that aspect. The agents are going to take your details. The agents are going to, you know, take your details and hold and take both your passport number, take everything that they can take from you, and then they are going to sign you up to the agents. When these agents sign you up, then they will give you to these factories, okay? And then the agents are making money off you also. You should understand that is how it works. They are making money off you. That's the rule of the game, though. So they're making this money off you, and they pay up to, and as they pay to them, then they also pay to you. And that is it for the factory jobs, okay? Also, there is something that I want to add here. If you are going to work in a place like a bakery, or maybe you're going to work in a place like where they have to eat something, there is a test you will have to take, okay? It's called the Sanipit test, okay? You have to take this test, and when you take it, so once you come into Poland, just take this test. In fact, within the first 1 to 3 weeks, 1 to 3, you know, just take this test and keep it, because you might have to find yourself in a job that needs it. So the next job I'm going to be talking about here is the shop job. The shop job, okay? Now, this is another kind of wonderful job, okay, that you can also get while you come to Poland, as I said. But it is difficult to just walk into a shop and meet the manager and say, I want to start working in a shop. It's quite difficult. So what do you do again? You will have to do exactly the same thing you did while you were working in the factory. You have to meet an agent. There are agents that are also responsible for recruiting people for these shop jobs, especially foreigners, okay? And these agents, I do also have their number. So whenever you step your feet into Warsaw, be rest assured that I would gladly offer their numbers to you, and you are going to contact them. And then they are going to send you and place you in these shops, depending on the one you want. You know, there are so many shops in Poland. Also, yes, I forgot something very important. One kind of job that is very important is the fast food job. Okay, the fast food job. So before I talk about the corporate world, now let me talk about the fast food job. Okay, so the fast food job, I mean like working in a McDonald's, in the Subway. Yeah, I'm working in a McDonald's, you understand? I'm working in restaurants like that, yes. Now, for these ones, you might actually not need an agent, according to those who have seen work there before. Sometimes you can walk directly to these people and ask them, do you need a job? Do you have space for a job? And something like that. And if you have a space for a job, if they have a space for a job, sorry, they are going to hire you. That is how the restaurant jobs work. The fast food jobs work, you know. It's quite easier, but believe me, it is one of the most stressful jobs you can get yourself into. I'm going to tell you the truth. I really did not cross it. In fact, as I was told that this is what happens there, is difficult, and this, I backed out. I said, no, I will not try it. I can try anything else, but not that job. So I'll advise you also to not try it. But if you have short of options, you know, then you can try it. There's no harm in trying. And finally, the corporate world. How can you get employed into the corporate world? And that is like the seeming easiest. Sometimes it's stressful, believe me. But then the seeming easiest to get employed in the corporate world. It's really difficult to get employed into the corporate world. As much as it is the easiest kind of job, it is difficult. But you have to do this by applying to the company. Therefore, you must have to apply with your CV. Now, I am not going to talk about creating a good CV. Listen, the CV we have in Africa is not the CV that is used in Europe. Now, that is why people should watch this video up till now. Because if you do not watch this video up till now, possibly you will not be getting this. The CV we use in Africa is not the CV we use here in Europe. So you will have to change your CV completely, and I'm going to do that in a totally different video. Changing of your CV. I'm going to do that, how to work on your CV, the kind of CV you need to apply for a job in Poland. That is going to be like totally different thing altogether. You understand? So not just in Poland, but it's going to be like for the whole of Europe. You can take the CV anywhere and you still get a job. It's going to be difficult, but I'm going to try to make that video. You have to work, you have to get your CV, and you have to submit, knowing the kinds of job you need. Don't just submit anyhow. And then tailoring your CV. This was what somebody never told me. You must tailor your CV to the job you need. Don't just create a CV and throw it out for every kind of job. Tailor. First of all, if possibly you have a job in mind, like I did have initially, which I want something more now, like I did have, you can create your CV, tailor your CV. Maybe you can even have 3, 4, 5 CVs tailored to different industries. And then you distribute them to various companies in those industries. If you get lucky, you will be called for these interviews. And now is the time I'm going to put for you the bonus, which I told you I will tell you. And it is this bonus that actually made me get this job now. When you come into Poland, try to know people. Try to establish relationships. Believe me, a lot of people advise you not to get into relationships with lots of people. But I always say that I know somebody doesn't mean that the person is going to spend all day in my house, or that this person is going to come and be seeing me. Just learn how to create mutual relationships between you and people. Because the job I'm doing now, I did not necessarily get it because of how beautiful my CV was. Of course, a CV was involved. Of course, I had to submit a CV. But it was because I knew somebody, a very good friend of mine. And because of that friend, I was able to get this job in the corporate world. And now I work with a laptop, I go to the office, and I look clean and I come back. Oh my God, I could remember the days. The days when I had to work in the factory. Not beautiful days, I can tell you. They were not very beautiful days. But finally, I got this job because I knew this person. This person referred me and I submitted my CV. That's why I told you, just knowing someone is not also going to be like enough. Because this person referred me first time, I submitted the CV and nothing happened. And then again, and then finally something happened. Because I did something to my CV and then something happened. You understand? So your CV and the people you know will go a long way to help you get a job in Poland. So this is it from me. This is where I'm going to call it a wrap. Thank you so much. You can always feel free to like and subscribe to the channel, and my work is going to continue, and we will see very soon when you arrive in Poland. Peace.